I could freestyle about it, preach about it, or go off top of the head. But today I bought my notes so I could resurrect the dead. Yeah! Greetings and blessings to my navigators of the seven seas. I am your locksmith, your symbologist, and metaphysical tour guide, Flat Archie 5000, and I'm back with another one as we navigate through the land of Pineal. Today we're going to unlock your Solomon's Temple to decode the esoteric meaning of Kamala D. Harris. So as always, strap on your helmet and buckle up your spacesuit because we're on a mental voyage and we're about to take off before the walls of Jericho come crumbling down. In the tradition of entering Solomon's Temple, we must use a meditative master key to help us stay on the path of enlightenment. It is these divine words that have a literal, allegorical, and metaphysical message attached to them when understood in its proper context. So today we give honors and a respect to a legendary author and humorous individual who goes by the name of Mark Twain, who once said, "The two most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." Let me repeat it one more time for those of you who may not have discovered your life purpose. The author of Huckleberry Finn and the Adventures of Tom Sawyer, the one and only Mark Twain, once said, "The two most important days of your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." Go on and meditate on that and click your heels 3 times while I ring this bell of enlightenment for that powerful meditative key of wisdom as you enter the corridors of your Solomon's Temple. Let's get to it, shall we? No time to waste. Take note, masterminds. Kamala Devi Harris was born October the 20th, 1964, who is an American politician and attorney, who has been the 49th and current Vice President of the United States since 2021. Serving under President Joe Biden, Harris is the Democratic Party's nominee for president in the 2024 election. She is the first female vice president of the United States, making her the highest-ranking female official in U.S. history. Thus, in many esoteric traditions, figures in positions of power often represent duality, the coexistence of light and dark within the human experience. Harris, being a woman of mixed nationalities in a high office, symbolizes hope and progress for many. But her political career is also mired in complex realities and contradictions. Much like the duality seen in alchemical symbolism, where transformation is essential, Harris' identity serves as a reminder that progress often involves grappling with personal and systematic shadows. Critics argue about her record while serving as Attorney General, suggesting that her path to power was influenced by compromises that have darker implications for justice. In the context of archetype symbolism, Harris can be seen as representing the dark feminine aspect, a force of empowerment that is often misunderstood or vilified. In many cultures, powerful women have been associated with fear, jealousy, and destruction, reflecting the shadowy side of feminine power. This can also indicate how society grapples with the rise of female leaders and the challenge to patriarchal structures. The approval and acceptance of her leadership can represent a shift towards acknowledging and integrating these darker aspects of the feminine archetype. Thus, Harris' South Asian heritage connects her to powerful Hindu goddesses like Kali and Durga. Kali is often depicted as a fierce protector who destroys evil to restore cosmic order, symbolizing empowerment and the fight against oppression. Similarly, Durga embodies strength, resistance, and a triumph over adversity, These goddesses, archetypes, reflects Harris's role in breaking barriers as the first female vice president and her advocacy for marginalized communities. Thus, the Roman goddess Justita and her Greek counterpart Themis represents fairness and the moral force of the universe. They are often depicted with scales and a sword, embodying the principles of justice and law. As former Attorney General of California, Harris' commitment to justice aligns with these archetypes, emphasizing her focus on equality and reform in the legal system. Historically, Athena, the goddess of wisdom and strategy, symbolizes intellect and warfare. Harris' approach to politics often combines strategic acumen and deep understanding of social issues. Echoing Athena's qualities, her ability to navigate complex political landscapes reflects the wisdom associated with this ancient deity. In summary, Harris' figure resonates with powerful symbols from both ancient mythology and recent history, intertwining themes of justice, empowerment, and resilience. Let's ring the bell for that. Furthermore, the lotus flower, often associated with Harris' name, emerges from murky waters to bloom beautifully above the surface. Esoterically, this can symbolize the struggle against darker forces, ignorance, suffering, and oppression, in order to attain enlightenment or beauty. While the lotus signifies spiritual awakening, the muck from which it arises can symbolize the systematic inequalities and societal ills that persist, highlighting that while some may rise, countless others may remain trapped below the surface. In many esoteric teachings, ascension to power often involves a form of sacrifice, whether of one's ideals, commitments, or connections to the very people who they aim to serve. Harris' journey through the political landscape signifies negotiations with various factions, interests, and ideologies that may sometimes contradict her core values. This reflects the archetypal motif of the hero, who must navigate shadows and make difficult choices that may lead to personal sacrifice and ethical dilemmas. Such sacrifices can evoke dark symbolism, as they often involve the personal cost of pursuing power and the potential fallout from abandoning certain commitments. In esoteric philosophy, individuals in power often wear masks to fulfill societal expectations. Harris, like many politicians, must navigate the expectations and perceptions of a diverse electorate. This mask symbolizes the darker aspects of governance, deception, manipulation, and complex narratives spun to maintain authority or public approval. The ideal that one must project a curated identity, specifically in a role as polarizing as the vice president, underscores the shadowy side of political life, where authenticity can become secondary to the demands of power. Tea time! Your greatest strength is your realness, the kind that makes fake people uncomfortable and the authentic inspired. Let me repeat it one more time, just in case you forgot to take off your mask. Your greatest strength is your realness, the kind that makes fake people uncomfortable and the authentic inspired. Now let us masterminds get back to redeeming Daniel out of the lion's den. Thus, as we deep dive deeper into the psyche of Kamala Harris and the symbolism associated with her, we find in esoteric traditions duality is a fundamental concept, representing the light and shadow aspects of the self. Kamala Harris' journey within the LGBT community reflects this duality. On one hand, she is celebrated for her progressive stance, including her advocacy for LGBTQ rights, becoming the first vice president to be a part of a same-sex marriage. However, her historical positions and actions, particularly during her tenure as Attorney General of California, have faced criticism. This presents a shadow aspect, the tension between public persona and past decisions, that some perceive as contradictory. In esoteric terms, this tension reflects the ongoing struggle for authenticity and integration of the self. From an esoteric perspective, the philosophy often emphasizes the transformative process inherent in self-discovery and societal evolution. Harris' political career showcases a journey of evolution. She has shifted her stance over time, responding to changing landscapes of public opinion regarding LGBTQ rights. This evolution mirrors the alchemical transformation process, where base substances are refined into something of greater value. Critics sometimes view this evolution skeptically, questioning her sincerity. Here, the esoteric symbolism of transformation can be interpreted in both positive and negative lights, as a genuine progression towards enlightenment or as a manipulative adaptation for political gain. The power dynamics are crucial to understanding the controversy surrounding Harris. In the esoteric realm, the accumulation of power often requires navigation through moral and ethical shadows. Harris' connection with the LGBTQ community has both illuminated and obscured aspects of her political identity, leading to divisive perceptions. Some advocate that her ascension could help amplify the LGBTQ voices within the political arena, while others see her past as a reflection of incomplete commitments to the community. This dynamic symbolizes how those in power must navigate their inner shadows while balancing the expectations and trusts of their constituents. Carl Jung's concept of the collective unconscious can also be relevant. Harris represents both hope and skepticism among the community of individuals, reflecting broader societal narratives around representation, acceptance, and the ongoing struggle for rights. The controversy highlights aspects of collective psyche, fears, hopes, and a desire for authenticity in leadership. From an esoteric standpoint, Harris' identity embodies the tension between light and shadow, representing diverse cultural backgrounds that can either unify or cause division. The act of embracing multiple heritage invites a journey of self-integration, seeking coherence amidst complexity. Let's ring the bell for that. Thus, as we examine Kamala Harris' bloodline, we see her often disputed claims of African and Indian heritage, which symbolizes wisdom and resilience, while her Jamaican roots invoke themes of strength and struggle against oppression. This intersectionality can be seen as a powerful alchemical blend, creating a unique identity that reflects societal progress. However, it also raises controversy as critics argue that Harris' portrayal may come across as opportunistic and ingenuine, leveraging her diverse background for political gain. Many claim she is not of pure black blood, which also draws parallels of a personality and archetype such as the trickster. In esoteric traditions, the trickster archetype embodies duality, transformation, and the subversion of norms. Often depicted as a playful, cunning figure, the trickster challenges establishments, order, and reveals hidden truths. This archetype signifies the necessity of chaos and transformation, prompting growth through contradiction and surprise. Representing both light and the shadow, the trickster teaches valuable lessons about humility, adaptability, and the illusion of certainty. By breaking down barriers and exposing hypocrisy, the trickster paves the way for new perspectives, fostering creativity and deeper understanding of life complexities. Ultimately, the trickster is a catalyst for self discovery and spiritual awakening. Moreover, Kamala's identity resonates with the collective unconscious, reflecting societal pressures regarding representation and authenticity. The discourse around identity serves as a microcosm of a broader cultural dialogue on race, heritage, and authenticity of political figures in a diverse society, highlighting the ongoing struggle for genuine self definition. In summary, Harris' multifaceted identity invokes profound questions about belonging, representation, and the complexity of modern identity in a globalized world. Question: why are we discussing the symbolism surrounding Kamala Harris, and how can this information be of any benefit to us today? That's what they want to know, and that's what I'm going to give you the answer. Take note, masterminds. Numerology is the study of the mystical significance of numbers and their perceived influence on human personality and events. When analyzing a public figure like Kamala Harris, aspects such as her birth date and name are often scrutinized to derive insights into her character. For instance, Harris was born on October the 20th, 1964, and this birth date can be converted into a life path number, which numerologists believe reveals key traits and lessons for an individual. Additionally, her name can be assessed using a system such as the Pythagorean numerology chart to uncover more about her personality. The interpretations of numerological profiles can vary widely, and a dark aspect may refer to perceived negative traits. Some interpretations may characterize individuals as secretive or manipulative, based on numbers derived from their names or birth dates. Such analyses are often subjective, relying on how different practitioners view the significance of specific numbers. Let me repeat that one more time. I'm ringing the bell for that. Just so that don't go over your head. The interpretations of numerological profiles can vary widely, and a dark aspect may refer to perceived negative traits. Some interpretations may characterize individuals as secretive or manipulative based on the numbers derived from their names or birth dates. Such analyses are often subjective, relying on how different practitioners view the significance of specific numbers. Thus, Kamala Harris' analysis through numerology begins with her life path number, derived from her birth date of October the 20th, 1964. By summing the digits of her birth date, we find her life path number, which is 5. This number is typically associated with adaptability, freedom, and love for adventure. Individuals with a life path number of 5 are often seen as vibrant and capable of thriving in dynamic environments, embracing change and uncertainty while seeking new experiences. In addition to her life path number, we can explore the numerological significance of her full name, which is Kamala Devi Harris. Using Pythagorean system, calculating the values of the letters in her first name, which results in 3. Which represents creativity, communication, and social interaction, suggesting a charismatic and expressive personality. Her middle name yields a value of 4, symbolizing stability, organization, and practicality, indicating her methodical approach to life and her determination to establish a solid foundation. Lastly, her last name gives a value of 1, which embodies leadership, independence, and new beginnings. This suggests a strong drive to take initiative and assert herself effectively. Overall, the combination of these numbers, 5 for freedom and adventure, 3 for creativity and communication, 4 for stability and practicality, and 1 for leadership, paints a multifaceted picture of Kamala Harris, highlighting her personality and professional attributes. Tea time! It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it. Let me repeat it one more time so you can understand why the caged bird sings. It all begins and ends in your mind. What you give power to has power over you if you allow it. Now let us, navigators of the seven seas, reclaim our power over the crown seat. Furthermore, in the landscape of public opinion, esoterically, perceptions of Kamala Harris as a potential threat, if she were to become president, may stem from deeply rooted archetypes and societal constructs. Some individuals could view her ascent to power as a challenge to traditional hierarchies, particularly if they subscribe to the rigid notions of authority and gender roles. Her identity as a woman in a predominantly male-dominated political landscape may evoke discomfort in those who resist change, leading them to frame her leadership as a rupture in the established order. Furthermore, from a symbolic perspective, Harris embodies attributes like transformation, diversity, and empowerment. These qualities can be unsettling to those who cling to status quo paradigms. Esoteric concepts of duality may lead some to perceive her as a figure who could disrupt not just political norms, but also cultural and social conventions. Fear of the unknown, especially when it involves blurred policies and social equity, may amplify perceptions of her as a threat. Thus, many spectators refer to her as a master of the proverbial word salad, which makes her synonymous to many powerful women of ancient times. Thus, Harris' potential presidency can be viewed through the lens of fear and resistance as an embodiment of transformative energy that challenges and invites re-evaluation of long-held beliefs and systems. Thus, Kamala Harris can be compared to many ancient women who utilized manipulation and cunning tactics to achieve power, such as Cleopatra or even figures like Jezebel. These women navigated patriarchal societies using their intelligence, charisma, and often their relationships with powerful men to gain influence. Harris, as a prominent political figure, reflects this dynamic by strategically leveraging her identity and background to connect with diverse voter bases, and climb the political ladder. Her path to vice presidency involved shrewd political moves, including forming alliances and overcoming challenges in a male-dominated environment. Let me repeat that one more time. I'm going to ring the bell for that. Harris, as a prominent political figure, reflects this dynamic by strategically leveraging her identity and background to connect with diverse voters bases and climb the political ladder. Her path to the vice presidency involved shrewd political moves, including forming alliances and overcoming challenges in a male-dominated environment. While her approach may not involve deceit in a traditional sense, one can draw parallels to how ancient women maneuvered through societal constraints to assert their power and influence. This underscores a broader theme of women in history using their abilities to shape their destinies in the face of systematic challenges. In conclusion, while Kamala Harris stands as a pioneer in many respects, the esoteric symbolism surrounding her character encompasses complexities that reveal deeper, darker themes intrinsic to power and societal change. These layers, whether it be the duality of light and dark, the shadows of feminine power, or the sacrifices made in political ascendance, provide a multifaceted view of her role that engages with the rich fabric of human experience, transformation, and the ongoing battle against systematic injustices. Each facet of her symbolism invites contemplation on the nature of power, responsibility, and the unending journey towards equity and understanding. So, as always, in Solomon's Temple, I leave you in peace with these powerful words. Power does not corrupt people. People corrupt people. Power does not corrupt people. People corrupt power. I said that wrong. I'm going to say it one more time. Power does not corrupt people. People corrupt power. Ashe, ashe, ashe.